everyone. We were just having a chat this morning about the questions that we're asked when someone is interested in the business, and actually the things that we thought about when we started the business, and they tend to be the same questions and the same things that people worry about or concerned about. So we've actually just had a little brainstorm to write down what those questions are, and we're just going to run through them so that hopefully it will answer a few FAQs that people have when they're interested in the business to find out more about what we do and how it works.
Cool. So the first one is, what skills, qualifications or background do you need to get started?
That's a good question.
Quite easy to answer. Well, I would just say that we don't really need any particular skills, qualification or background, because look at us. Harriet is an art therapist, Ellie an event manager, and I'm a teacher. So what are you? And that could also fit in our business. Because what is great about this business is we all have our own personalities, own qualities and own flaws, but we use them to our advantage for the business. So what are your qualities, what are your flaws that we can use to make sure that you can make your business work?
Okay,
Good one.
let's see what we've got next. Why is network marketing different to the 9 to 5? I think I'm going to take this one if that's okay. So why is network marketing different? It's a completely different way of working actually. I've not really come across anything like it before. In my career I've worked in education for an awful lot of it. I've been in a lot of education myself. Obviously Anton mentioned about working in art therapy and a lot of work with children. I've not come across any model like network marketing. It is different. It's completely flexible, so it works around you. We choose when is the best time for us to work. If you're a night owl and that's when you perform at your best, that's fine. You can work from anywhere. You have the flexibility to be working at home, you could be working on holiday, you could be working anywhere. It's not really a big issue. You can also work in the time slots that you have available. Maybe you've got half an hour at lunch, or you've got half an hour before the kids are up in the morning. That might be the time that you have available, so it's really flexible in that sense. And I think the main thing that differentiates it for me is that actually the income potential is massive. I never came across anything like this before I looked at Forever, where the income is uncapped. Do you know any jobs where the income is uncapped? I don't. I mean, I certainly didn't when I joined the business. So actually that's the main thing that stands out for me.
Cool. Okay. So what makes Forever Living so special? I'm totally going to take this one. So it's a family run business, and for me, I've been in this business since August 2014, and I've never felt more a part of a family than anywhere else. I've worked in many jobs, in many different areas actually, and I love the fact that everyone is nurtured and supported and they're encouraged along the way, and it's just an atmosphere and something that I haven't experienced in my normal 9 to 5 job. I mean, the business actually, it started in 1978 in the USA, so we're actually been founded a really long time, and actually I think over that time they've really instilled that those family values within the teams. For me, like, I know that it was really important. I'm someone who definitely looks at the financial side, and this company is cash rich and debt free. So what that means is that we don't actually owe any money to the banks. We don't have any shareholders or stockholders or anyone who actually we need to give money to. So us as business owners, that makes it so much more of a better deal for us, because we get so much more of the cut. And actually I reckon that we're probably one of the better paid network marketers around because of that. I'm just so proud to be part of an ethical, quality business that really looks after the people. I always remember this phrase that Richard Branson said, that he always, for his businesses, he focuses on the people, because if you focus on the people and they enjoy what they do, you don't even need to look after your business. And I totally see that in Forever Living. They totally look after us to the best of their abilities. So for me, that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, it definitely appealed to me for that.
Couldn't have said better.
If you could give someone new to the business one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, I'm definitely jumping on that one.
Okay.
I love this actually, because I think I really enjoy working with people when they're just starting out with things, and this is one of the things that's great about what we do. So one piece of advice that I would give to someone who is new to the business is believe in yourself. You are capable of so much, and we don't give ourselves the credit. I think when you first start, certainly when I first started, I was like, oh, I'm not a salesperson, I don't understand kind of how this all works, it's completely different to what I've done before. But here I am running my business and actually managing to do all these things that I worried that I wouldn't be able to do. So believing in yourself is so important, and linked to that is working on your mindset every day, as much as possible. Working on your mindset, seeing like just personal development. It's one of the greatest things actually about joining this business, is the amount of personal development that I've done since I've started. It's changed my life. I think one last thing I'd like to say is be authentic. It's kind of linked to believing in yourself, but that means believing in yourself actually as you are, being true to yourself. We all bring something really special but really different and unique, and it's about working with that uniqueness to make the business your own. That's what I'd say. Do you want to add anything?
No, I totally
absolutely agree with
get that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so do I have to sell? Good one. It's a really good one.
I am totally taking this one.
Okay.
Because this was one of my like biggest questions when I first started. And for me, like any business, yeah, of course there is an element of sales, but our products that underpin our business are fantastic. For me, they've actually been quite life-changing. So when I go out and I talk to people, I'm a professional storyteller. I love telling people about all the benefits that our products have had on my customers and how much they love it, and they love it that much that they tell everyone around them. So for me, actually, these are really fantastic natural products that we don't test on animals, and I'm really proud of the fact that we're really sustainable in what we do with our products and how we develop them. And I think that shouts from, I would love to shout that from the rooftops actually, about how amazing it is. And for me, that's where other people pick up on that, and they also want to buy a high quality product, and they want to share that information. So although we do have an element of sales, oh my goodness, it's never ever really been a problem because of the quality of the products that we have. And I love them as well. I actually, like, I've got so many products everywhere, and I can't live without them anymore. So I don't know, what about you guys?
I think that was certainly something I really worried about because like I said already, I was like, I'm not a salesperson, I've got no idea, it's not something felt like I could do. But I actually have found that, like Ellie said, the products sell themselves because of the quality. I mean, not many companies know where every single ingredient has come from it being grown and owning the fields that they grow the aloe on, all the way to owning the plants that make all of the ingredients, and in terms of like distributing, everything else is all owned by Forever, and they know exactly each step of the process, how much control, because they've had complete control, and that quality just speaks for itself, it stands up for itself, and people find that they just love the product.
And you know what, they take pride in that, and that really comes through on the products. And for me, I want to know where my products come from. I know that the bees that we use their products, like for example in our bee pollen and honey, I know that they're really well treated, they're not overworked, and a happy bee is a good bee. So you know, I think overall, I think that's so important.
What I like about the products as well is the fact that we have such a large range of products, so it could fit to literally anyone. And me personally, having my sport background, I was very happy to see that there was something that fit me, fit for my business, and something that I can talk about and help other people with it, because there are things that I'm not confident with, but I'm sure you might be confident with the other things that I'm not, as you are.
It's a massive marketplace for sure.
And I mean, I think we always say, do you know anyone who uses toothpaste? Do you know anyone who uses deodorant? Yeah, right. Well, we sell these things.
Do you have a pet?
Right. There's so many products. Right. How do I start? Good question.
I can answer this one because it was not long ago that I started.
A newbie.
Exactly. But how do I start? I would say something that I was taught straight away, which is, you know, we all started the same way. We were quite unsure, but the good thing that we can do is to stick to the person who introduced you to the business, because they will follow you, they will support you, and they will guide you through your new adventure. And this is the best thing that I think this business is also offering, something that you feel supported, and along the way you feel rewarded because you have worked so hard and for something that you truly believe in. So and I think when you get started, exactly like Anton said, you stick to the person who introduced you.
what you need to do, first of all, is you fill in a form which the person who introduces you will probably do with you, and then you're gonna have a business pack with all of the products for you to start using yourself and start talking to people about them. And then you're going to book in your planning meeting to kind of get started and propel you forward to make a really, a great start, so you hit the ground running and you really know what you're doing and you feel confident in what you're doing as well.
For me in the early days that was really good, because I had some questions, and until I got into the way of thinking and knowing where everything was, because when you first start, like any new adventure, it's really exciting, but it was really nice, and there is an element of being scary, but you know what, actually being in contact with the person who signed me up, actually it was great, because she was like, oh totally, that's not a problem, and I never felt underconfident. I just thought, oh my goodness, yeah, this is totally good, I can get on with this. Whereas sometimes I think it can be quite a daunting thought, but actually having that person just there, as not even to talk as a business, how are you doing, and I was so excited, like that excitement carried right the way through. In fact, I don't think I've ever stopped being excited actually throughout all of it, but it was really nice to have that person to go and talk to who actually knew those answers and could help me. So cool. So what kind of training or support is there? Oh, I'm going to take that because I've just mentioned a little bit about that. But for me, this business, whether it's from the comfort of your own home to going to a specific training on some of our products, whether it's going to our success days, which are basically days where we recognize everybody and there's training and you're surrounded by hundreds of like-minded individuals like ourselves, whether you're being flown around halfway across the globe to some sort of amazing destination, to what we call our global rally, which is where our successful business owners all meet and they have an all expenses paid trip. Wherever you are, you can access this training, and it's totally flexible around you. When I first started and to this day, I'm working a 9 to 5, but I can still run a really successful business around everything I do and all my commitments, and it's great because for me this business is about good little nuggets of time. You don't need a full day, you don't need hours and hours on end. But for me, I can log on and I can meet my team all via the power of the internet. So whether this is on a beach in Bali or whether you're in Bournemouth on your sofa, maybe this will ring a bell, but you can access this training. We have supportive Facebook groups that if someone has a question, we can all have a group discussion about what we feel is the best.
And there's so many people with expertise, sorry to jump in, but there's so many people with expertise to offer you advice on those Facebook
because
groups
of our backgrounds,
well.
all of our different backgrounds. And I just think, for me and all the jobs I've been in, I've been like a sponge. I've literally absorbed this information, and I don't know how I've done it. Well, I do know how I've done it. I've been at home and I've been relaxed and I've taken it bit on bit in my own time that's been suitable for me, rather than having an intensive 2 weeks of trying to learn everything and it's not going in. So for me, I've actually taken on more on board, but I've learned from other people and their stories. So for me, I've never been as supported and well trained, really, for me personally. I don't know about you guys, but I love it.
Well, one thing that I can say is, maybe I shouldn't say it, but one of the trainings that you mentioned that can happen during, through the internet. Well, I do this either when I'm cooking or when I'm ironing, because I can listen to that and I can take in everything that I'm being taught or that I'm learning, because I'm listening to the different experiences, and this is where it's really, really great. And again, as we said it beforehand, we work as a team, so this is also our own choices to decide whether we want to work together, whether we want to take, the skills of each other. Like, for example, right now we have decided to all meet up all together, but we all live in different parts of the UK, and this is where it's so exciting, because when you want to go and see your friends, you want to do everything to do it. Well, here's the same thing. We're a big family, and we just want to find the moment where we can meet up all together. Why? So that we can learn from each other, we can help each other, and we can support each other. So the training, as you said, is just everywhere and every time. So
and again, it's those nuggets of time that you have.
Absolutely.
Perfect example there.
True. Okay. What have we got? What is network marketing?
Oh, the killer question. That is the one that I keep on hearing all the time, because funny enough, I think people has such a negative view on those two words, network marketing. And the thing that I keep on saying to everyone is, well, 2 little questions. Can you recommend me any movies to watch? Or can you recommend me, you know, any restaurants to go and try? Can you?
For sure, loads and loads.
Would you like to be paid for that? For telling you where to go?
Right.
Well, this is what we call network marketing, a marketer, because when you advise things to your friends, we say that, oh, you're such a good friend, you know lots of things, you're very knowledgeable because you have been, you know, out and all that. Well, if you're getting paid for it, then you're just a professional friend. You're just advising people lots of things and you're just getting paid for it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, that's a really good answer. Yeah, I think it's also that difference between, even though we're friends, we're really professional in the way that we work. So you make sure that you follow up with people about things like that, and you really care to find out, you really care about your customers' well-being, and that makes a massive difference, because when, as a customer, you feel really cared about, you're going to come back again and again and again because you're so happy with the service, and we really care, so we go above and beyond to do that.
I came into the business from fantastic customer service like that,
right?
Because of a health condition I had. I spoke to the lady who signed me up, and she was so helpful. She gave me so much information, and nothing was too much. You know, I asked about ingredients, and I asked where it came from. I was probably the customer from hell, actually, probably, if you can see it in a different way. But she gave me the best service, and you know what? I went back and I asked her, because I trusted her, because I knew that she gave me all the information I required. It was so different to the high shop, where you've got rows and rows and rows of products, and actually you have to buy it and test it and see if it works, and if you don't like it. But you've got to remember, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. We're that confident in our products. So actually for me that was great, because I knew I could try all the products, and if I didn't like it, I could send it back. So I love that.
No, absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, this is actually, this for me, this is the killer question. I'm going to take this. So, is this a pyramid scheme? You would not believe how many people ask this question. It's like, it's the one that you get so often, and it's a really interesting question, actually. I'm not surprised that so many people ask it, because people are worried, so worried these days about looking after their money and looking after their well-being and everything else. You would be protective of yourself. I think the thing that I think is really interesting is that a pyramid is actually a regular business model. When you think of your average business or average organisation, say for example a school, you've got people at the bottom who, like the teachers, who are doing lots and lots of work. They're getting paid less than the person at the top, so the head teacher, who's also doing lots of work, but different kind of work. In any kind of business where you've got the CEO at the top, they're going to be earning a lot more money, but they're doing slightly different work to the people at the bottom. So actually a pyramid is a regular business model. But I think what most people are scared of is the idea of people at the bottom doing all of the work and not getting paid for it, and the people at the top not doing the work and getting paid for what the people at the bottom are doing. And actually our business is nothing like that at all. It really is nothing like that, because the thing about what we do is the people at the top are doing exactly the same basic activity that we're doing. They're doing exactly the same things, but the only difference is they're helping more people, they're mentoring more people, they're doing more training and supporting people globally, worldwide, with the business that we're in. So the people at the top get paid more because of the amount of people they're helping and who they've introduced to the business. And one other thing that's worth bearing in mind is, this for me was really kind of important, is that I found out that when you join the business, yes, the person who introduced you to the business benefits from what you do. However, you can overtake them. So if that person wants to stop at a certain level and they don't want to go any further, they don't want to earn any more, you can overtake that person. And it doesn't mean because you've overtaken them that they then earn your wage and more. That doesn't happen at all. They still get their percentage of whatever you do. However, you can earn a lot more money than they can. So the lady who's at the top of the team that we're in, which is one of the top globally ranked teams, she actually overtook the person who introduced her to the business, and that's fine, because that's her journey and it's different for everybody. So that kind of was really important for me to know that you aren't limited by the person who brings you into the business. Your journey is your own journey, and if you want to go far, you go far. If you want to just earn money from retailing, that's absolutely fine. So yeah,
actually from a business point of view, I think it's really interesting what you said there about the manager does different things to us. And how, you know, every level there's different responsibilities. I love the fact that the person at the very top does exactly what I do on a day in, day out basis. And the reason I love that is because I can go and ask them for advice of how to do it 10 times quicker.
Yeah,
so from all their mistakes, because they've been there longer, I love the fact that they can give me training about how to make it quicker, more effective, more efficient. They work with such a variety of people because we're an equal opportunity business. You know, for me, that's fantastic. I love the fact that we all do the same thing, and I think it makes us more relatable to a lot of other people.
Yeah, it's really reassuring actually. I think to know that the people at the top are just as much on the front line as you are, and they are leading from the front because they have to do exactly the same stuff as you. It's just,
yeah,
it's just
but the
nicest
big
feeling.
difference I would say is the person at the top usually have been in the business for a longer time. So that's why we say they're at the top, but we're all colleagues. We all are the same level because we do exactly the same thing as you said, but it's just some people have been there a little bit longer, so hence why we say at the top, but we're on the same level.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you to answer some of the questions that you might have. I know we're pretty chatty, so we might have been talking, but I think it's really interesting and relevant if you're interested in the business. So is there anything else?
And don't forget, if you have any more questions, you totally can get in contact with us. You know, a question that we might have not mentioned doesn't mean that it's not one of our most common questions. These are just our top questions, so please get in contact with us.
Okay, see you soon. Take care.
Bye.